The following content has been generated with artificial intelligence under minimal human supervision. The data presented may contain errors or inaccuracies. The opinions expressed in this content do not necessarily reflect the vision, position, or values of Q.ai. We recommend verifying critical information with additional sources before making decisions based on this content.
Welcome to Q.ai Tech News. Today is Friday, January 30th, 2026. I'm Kylie Brooks, and this is where technology becomes clear and engaging. Apple makes its second largest acquisition ever, paying nearly $2 billion for Israeli AI startup Q.ai. The Pentagon and Anthropic are locked in a standoff over military AI safeguards, putting a $200 million contract at risk. Alpha School's AI-based education model sparks debate as the Trump administration hails it as the future, while experts raise serious concerns. Perplexity signs a massive $750 million cloud computing deal with Microsoft, gaining access to cutting-edge AI models. Elon Musk proposes launching AI data centers into space, claiming it will be the lowest-cost option within 2 to 3 years. Let's start with Apple's major move. Yesterday, TechCrunch reported that Apple has acquired Q.ai, an Israeli startup specializing in imaging and machine learning technologies. What makes this particularly interesting is what Q.ai does. They've developed technology that lets devices interpret whispered speech and enhance audio in noisy environments. Think about that for a moment. Your AirPods could soon understand you when you're whispering in a library, or cut through the noise at a packed concert. The Financial Times reports the deal is worth nearly $2 billion, making it Apple's second largest acquisition after Beats Electronics back in 2014. And here's a fascinating connection. Q.ai's CEO, Aviad Maisels, previously sold PrimeSense to Apple in 2013. That was the 3D sensing company that helped shift iPhones from fingerprint recognition to Face ID. So Apple clearly trusts his vision. The startup, founded in 2022 and backed by Kleiner Perkins and Gradient Ventures, will see its key team members join Apple. This comes at a crucial time. Apple has been racing against Meta and Google to lead in AI, with a growing emphasis on hardware integration. They've already added live translation to AirPods and developed technology to detect subtle facial muscle activity for the Vision Pro headset. The timing is strategic too. This news drops just before Apple's quarterly earnings report, which is expected to show about $138 billion in revenue and the strongest iPhone sales growth in 4 years. Now, let's talk about a conflict that could shape how AI is used by the military. Reuters exclusively reported yesterday that the Pentagon and Anthropic are in a serious dispute over safeguards that prevent the US government from using Anthropic's AI for autonomous targeting weapons or domestic surveillance. This is testing Silicon Valley's ability to shape military AI deployment. After months of negotiations under a potential $200 million contract, the Department of Defense recently renamed the Department of War by the Trump administration, and Anthropic remain at an impasse. 6 anonymous sources confirmed this to Reuters. During discussions, Anthropic expressed deep concerns about its technology enabling US spying on citizens or lethal weapons operating without human oversight. A January 9th Pentagon memo asserts the right to use commercial AI if it's legally compliant, but practical implementation likely requires Anthropic's cooperation. Why? Because Anthropic's models have built-in harm avoidance features. This standoff risks jeopardizing Anthropic's defense contracts as the company prepares for an IPO and seeks to influence AI policy. The friction isn't new. Anthropic's CEO, Dario Amodei, published a blog post cautioning against AI users that mirror autocratic regimes, and he condemned fatal shootings during immigration protests in Minneapolis. This has heightened tech sector fears about government misuse of AI. Anthropic joins Google, Elon Musk's xAI, and OpenAI as recipients of recent Pentagon AI deals, but they're clearly drawing a line in the sand about how their technology can be used. Here's a story that's sparking intense debate about the future of education. CNN examined Alpha School yesterday, a chain of private K-12 schools that replaces traditional teachers with AI tutors for core subjects. Students spend 2 hours daily with AI apps for subjects like math and reading, while human guides provide support. The rest of the day involves workshops on topics like financial literacy. Founded in 2014 in Austin, Texas, by tech billionaire Joe Lehman and educator Mackenzie Price, Alpha emphasizes mastery-based, personalized learning. They've eliminated homework and textbooks, using incentives like trips to motivate progress. In 2025, U.S. Education Secretary Linda McMahon visited an Austin campus and hailed it as a model for AI integration in education under the Trump administration. This comes as national student scores decline and AI adoption in classrooms surges. A Walton Family Foundation and Gallup poll found 6 in 10 teachers used AI tools in 2024 through 2025. But here's where it gets controversial. Early operations in Brownsville from 2022 to 2023 faced serious backlash. Parent Jessica Lopez pulled her daughters due to anxiety from AI metrics, excessive app time, absence of human teaching, and what she called a zombie-like focus on points over enjoyment. Alpha refutes links to anxiety, blaming an outdated hybrid model, and reports app upgrades leading to better outcomes. However, experts are skeptical. Stanford's Victor Lee calls success claims dubious due to lack of independent research, while MIT's Justin Reich questions test comparisons and warns of diminished socialization and critical thinking in AI-driven, individualized settings. Alpha counters that students learn twice as fast and has expanded to over a dozen sites with tuitions from $10,000 to $75,000. Backed by billionaires like Bill Ackman, Elon Musk, and Melania Trump, the model continues to spark debate about AI's educational potential versus risks for vulnerable children. In AI infrastructure news, Bloomberg reported yesterday that Perplexity, the AI startup backed by NVIDIA, has signed a $750 million deal with Microsoft to use its Azure cloud service. The 3-year agreement will let Perplexity run a variety of AI models through Microsoft's Foundry program, including systems from OpenAI, Anthropic, and xAI. A Perplexity spokesperson confirmed to Bloomberg that the company is partnering with Microsoft to access frontier models from X, OpenAI, and Anthropic. Importantly, the spokesperson clarified that Perplexity hasn't reallocated spending from Amazon Web Services, its main cloud provider, as part of this deal with Microsoft. This development comes amid a legal dispute. Amazon sued Perplexity last year over its agentic shopping feature, which uses automation to place orders on behalf of users. Amazon alleged that Perplexity covertly accessed customer accounts and disguised automated activity as human browsing. This Microsoft deal highlights the growing collaboration in the AI sector between startups and tech giants, though we don't have additional details about the financial or strategic impact beyond what's been mentioned. Finally, let's talk about one of the most ambitious ideas in AI infrastructure. Reuters exclusively reported yesterday that Elon Musk is proposing to launch satellite data centers into space for AI computation. This early-stage concept is being driven by a potential merger between SpaceX and xAI. The idea involves hundreds of satellites powered by solar energy in orbit to handle AI demands like Grok from xAI or ChatGPT from OpenAI. Proponents highlight advantages like nearly constant solar energy and no cooling costs, making AI processing more efficient than energy-intensive ground facilities. However, the challenges are significant. Technical risks from space debris, defense against cosmic radiation, maintenance difficulties, and high launch costs all present major hurdles. Deutsche Bank predicts small-scale deployments in 2027 to 2028, with broad use in the 2030s if successful. Musk made bold claims at the World Economic Forum in Davos, stating, "It's obvious to build data centers with solar power in space. The lowest cost place to put AI will be space, and that will be true in 2 years, 3 at most." SpaceX, with its rocket expertise and Starlink satellites, is well positioned for this. Revenue from a possible IPO, valuing the company at more than $1 trillion, could finance AI satellite development. But Musk isn't alone in this vision. Jeff Bezos's Blue Origin is developing technology for orbital data centers, predicting cost advantages in 10 to 20 years. StarCloud, backed by NVIDIA, launched the StarCloud 1 satellite last month to test an NVIDIA H100 chip with Google's Gemma model, aiming for a 5-gigawatt hypercluster. Google's Project Suncatcher plans a network of solar satellites with tensor processing units, targeting a prototype in 2027 with Planet Labs, and China plans a space cloud with gigawatt-class infrastructure in 5 years via China Aerospace Science and Technology Corporation. Whether this vision becomes reality or remains science fiction, the race to space-based AI infrastructure is heating up. We'll continue tracking these developments as they unfold. From Apple's strategic AI acquisition to the debate over military AI safeguards, from AI in classrooms to cloud computing deals and space-based data centers, the technology landscape is evolving rapidly. Stay informed, stay curious. Thank you for staying informed with Digital Tech News. We'll be back with more updates as they develop.